Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Carol Mead, and today I will report the findings for a needs assessment for Harvard Business School, which was previously carried out, and I will propose some possible solutions. I assume that you have already reviewed the report you have received 2 weeks ago. I will briefly describe the system, state the vision, mission, and objectives. Then I will look at the needs, the cost to close them or to ignore them, and state some possible solutions. I will also review the inputs and resources needed and suggest some recommendations. Now for a little background information on Harvard Business School. It is one of 13 degree granting schools at Harvard University, which is a private Ivy League university which was established in 1636 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The university had 22,000 students enrolled in 2016, of which over 18,000 students were enrolled in Harvard Business School, which is named the #1 business school in America according to U.S. News. Cambridge, Massachusetts has a population of over 105,000, of which 14% live below the poverty level and 46% has a graduate degree. There are over 13,000 businesses in the area, and the median household income is over $79,000. This diagram shows the makeup of Harvard Business School's systems and subsystems. And we look at the three levels: the mega level, which is made up of all the entities out in and around the Boston and Cambridge community, like the fire department, the high schools, the education board, the accreditation bodies, and the businesses in and around the Cambridge, Boston areas. And the macro level, which is the university itself and the other 12 colleges around, and the student support services, the alumni, and the board of overseers, and the micro level, which is made up of the faculty and staff and the students at Harvard Business School. According to Kaufman and Guerra Lopez, an ideal vision is where there will be no losses of life, elimination or reduction of levels of well-being, survival, self-sufficiency, or quality of life from any source. The ideal vision of Harvard Business School would be that there will be no poverty, crime, and unemployment in the Boston-Cambridge community, and that all the residents own a house without a mortgage, and every resident achieve at least a bachelor's degree. The mission statement for Harvard Business School is that it will work with the other 12 colleges on the Harvard University campus, all high schools, police and fire departments, businesses, and other organizations in the Boston, Cambridge, and neighboring communities to create a safe learning environment, eliminate poverty, lower crime rates, and increase employment for graduates in order to equip its students with expertise to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, responsible, and successful citizens in their communities. The mission objectives for Harvard Business School is that by year 2027, all Harvard Business School graduates will have full-time employment at the time of graduation. There will be no violent crimes Harvard Business School campus, and that all introductory graduate courses will be offered online. I will now look at each need at the different levels. 68% of the residents in the Cambridge area are paying mortgage on their homes. 25% of them has less than a bachelor's degree, and 9% of the population lives in poverty. So there is a need to bring these down to 0%. Now at the macro level, there's a need for a 6% decrease in the on-campus crime rate and an 11% increase in the graduation rate. At the micro level, 39% increase in tenured professors, 50% increase in mentors, a 40% increase in tardiness, and a 35% increase in attendance. I will now look at the costs and possible solutions to some of the needs. At Harvard Business School, there are 50% of the students that are in need of a mentor. A possible solution is 1. To reach out to businesses for employee volunteers. 2. Ask alumni to volunteer as mentors. Now, the cost to close this need may be that it might be too costly to have one mentor per student, and there might be a cost to hire more mentors. Now, if we ignore that cost, we will have more student dropouts, or we may have cuts in the MBA programs. Another possible solution is to assign academic advisors or faculty members to be mentors. And if that's the case, the cost could be that there will be like an increase in their salary, or we would have to pay them a stipend. And if we ignore that cost, the advisors and the faculty members, they may get kind of overworked if we use them instead. Another need is that at graduation, the 21% of the students need an employment at the time of graduation. Possible solution could be to offer them free online training workshops, offer more internships or jobs for students by creating more partnerships with businesses. And the cost to close this need might be to create some on-campus positions. If we ignore this cost, this need, this may mean that students will not have the required skills needed for the job. There may be more unemployed graduates, and students may not be able to repay student loans. There is also a need for tenured professors. A possible solution for this can be to shorten the time from 10 years to 7 years where professors can be tenured. To offer online training for professors or assign professors to another senior faculty member for support. To close this need, we may need to budget for more tenured professors. And to ignore this need, there may be higher turnover in professors, and one may not be able to attract well-experienced faculty. Another need is a 35% increase in attendance in the foundation courses. A possible solution is to offer the foundation courses online. To close this need, we may need to increase the budget for training and for infrastructure and for course design, and to pay the course designers. To ignore this need may mean that there might be a decrease in enrollment in graduate programs and student dropouts. After careful scrutiny of all the needs, it appears that low attendance and tardiness to the introductory management courses are quite crucial to the continuation of the courses via face-to-face instruction. Hence, the proposal for an online introductory management course to fill that gap. You have already received a draft copy 2 weeks ago. Following is the plan of action for the implementation. Here's the plan of action for the implementation. It's going to be in 6 phases. So look at the different phases and the dates and see the time of meet for the different persons who are concerned and what we will be looking at each stage. Here's a continuation of the plan of action from phase 4 to phase 6, which runs from January 22nd to about April 18th. By the end of April in 2018, all the phases should have been completed and the course should be ready to be launched online. Before the work can be implemented, there are some necessary things that need to be put into place, into perspective. For example, we have to have some inputs, that is, we have to have resources and raw materials. And for this project, we would have to have funding and we have to have the necessary equipment, or actually the money for the equipment. And we have to train online instructors. We have to get the instructional design team, the subject matter expert, and the copyright librarian. We also need to have some methods and procedures. And for example, we will need a learning management system, which in this case we will be using Blackboard because this is what is already there. And we'll have to have a course design, and we'll have to have evaluations done, and then we'll have to have enrollment procedures. Before we can implement the course online, there's some resources that we would need and some procedures that we'd have to go through. For example, we would need funding. We need to train some online professors. We need an instructional design team. The copyright librarian is important. And we need a subject matter expert. And these are some of the things that we have to have in place. We'll be using the Blackboard for our learning management system. We'll have a course design and we need to do the evaluations, and then we'll have the enrollment. Now, I would like to suggest a few recommendations. 1, pay attention to the cost and consequences before making a decision. 2, constantly review and evaluate throughout and make the necessary changes, adjustments, and improvements. And 3, submit reports and updates on time to ensure the deadlines are met. Thank you for your time. Here are the references from where I have gained the information. I thank you so much for your time and I look forward to working with you in the future. Have a good day.